Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. I hope the slides are visible and I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. So
Well,
I'll just start quickly. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining. So I've met most of you. I think I was there to present about the microbiome, which is about the germs in our lives and how important they are, what kind of a role they play, what functions they have in our lives. So whenever I presented this to an audience to give an idea about what these germs are doing, the question that came to me always was that, okay, so we know that germs are very important for us, but how do we get those germs in our lives? What do we do about the information that you have provided us? So after almost 2 years or even more of this outreach program, our team came up with this idea of why not include something, why not include all of the aspects that we believe in, whatever has scientific evidence for, to improve people's lives, to have a much healthier life, to age in a much better way, to be free to do whatever we want. So we developed this program called Shatayushi, which is a 360 degrees total transformation program. It's a 12-week program developed by our company, Arna Genext Solution. So this is our team. This is me, of course, everyone knows that. So this is Sujata Gokhale. And what is interesting about our team is that while I am a molecular geneticist by profession, and I study a lot about the microbiome, the other two partners who I have are from the technical background. So Sujata is an engineer. She has a degree in computer science. Renuka is a Google developer expert. So they bring this amazing diversity to the team, and we get insights as to what else we can do and how to bring about this wonderful program. So when we brought in this program, we developed something that was unique, and we enrolled people who were resistant to other programs. So the batches that we had, the first batch especially, had people who were resistant, who had tried a lot of other programs, who had tried nutritionists, who had tried exercise, and all of that failed. That's why we developed this program. That's why we enrolled all of the people who did not achieve their health goals. So in this program, we do not include any crash diets, no supplements unless there are, severe deficiencies, no gym, no fancy food. And what we are trying to do here is to form sustainable habits that we can carry throughout our life. We focus heavily on mental well-being as well, because we know that everybody needs help with mental health. Most people are, lonely, even within their families. People living with large families also tend to feel lonely. We may or may not admit it, but most of us do need help to some extent. And then the microbiome. So everything that we are doing is microbiome friendly. So the way we go about it is we have, before the program itself, a detailed one-to-one consultation with a nutritionist on our team. We have a panel of nutritionists. That's on almost a 1 hour detailed consultation. And there's a discussion within the team. There's a personalized wellness plan that includes a personalized diet, exercise, what needs to be changed for the microbiome, and the mindset. Does the person have any problem with regards to exercise, with regards to diet, or things like that? We discuss all of that before the program actually starts. And here we are focusing on all 8 dimensions of wellness. So this is not just a nutrition program. This is not just an exercise thing. We are focusing on all dimensions of life, emotional, environmental. Even it will have implications on all of these, even financial, intellectual, physical health, of course, occupational, social, and spiritual, when we go about all of these 4 dimensions. So this is the format where we have live sessions, exercise sessions, 5 days a week, and there's meditation for 10 minutes, and there's hand holding for personalized diet, as I just mentioned. There's 24/7 support. Daily wellness tips are given. And every Saturday, all these 12 weeks, we have 2 sessions every Saturday or any day of the weekend, depending on the batch. And these 2 sessions, one of the sessions focuses on mental health. That is deep healing for the mind. which, as I said, that we may or may not admit, but most people need help to get rid of the past baggage, to get rid of whatever hangups we have in our life, and to progress, in a much better way. So that is one session where our mental health expert gives very good tips, tells about very good processes that people can follow that are very easy, very short, and we learn new things in every session. The second session that happens is topic of the week. So these are different topics that you would expect a nutritionist or a doctor to give, but unfortunately we do not receive any of these updates from anybody. So these are topics that will give very detailed insights into a lot of things that we need for continuing these habits. And there's a Q&A session, there's a progress follow-up every week, there's a WhatsApp community for each batch. We also give weekly activities that are easy to do. So I'll just give a brief introduction about what the theme of the week looks like. I was just telling you about this, that you will not hear about all of these from most experts when you go for anybody who goes for a transformation in health. The first one is healing your mind. We all need that, as I said. The second week, we focus on understanding nutrition. Yes, you will get everything from a nutritionist, but why should you do that? Do we understand what we are doing? What are the nutritional deficiencies a person has? What are the symptoms that we need to look out for? Because once we get a personalized diet and we keep following that, we do not really focus on the symptoms and our relationship with food. Do we have healthy choices of food? So these are some of the things that we go through in understanding nutrition. Then how do we detox ourselves? How do we revitalize our gut? This is something that we focus on in week 3. Week 4 focuses on our friendly germs. We go into much more details about what the microbiome does and how we can use them to prevent diseases. So we have these 4 aspects, as I said. We are focusing not just on nutrition, not just on exercise, but the microbiome and changes in mindset as well. So we go through 12 weeks with different topics. So I just gave 4 examples of topics of the week. There are many more things that we focus on. And along with me, we have many more experts. There's a team of nutritionists. We have 6 of them. One of them is also specialized in Ayurveda. She's a doctor if we need that kind of help. We have a mindset expert, Medha Tonapi, who is amazing with the deep healing sessions. We had really amazing transformations in the batches of Shatayushi with the mindset changes. And the mindset change is something that helps people form all of the nutrition and exercise habits that we need in this program. Ishani here is an exercise expert. She is going to lead our team of fitness trainers. So when we focus on health goals, as I said before, most people either are looking at, eating healthy. Everybody I know says that, oh, I am a very healthy eater, or I exercise every day. But why don't their health goals work? Why don't they lose the weight that they want to? Why don't they feel energetic? So there are many, many questions. Why are our health goals not working? They are not working because we forget to focus on a lot of our things, including our microbiome. So if we look at our health goals, nutrition and exercise are actually very small players in health goals. And that's a very surprising fact, that we would think that just focusing on nutrition and or exercise would give us everything that we want in terms of health. But this is actually not true. There are many, many other factors that we learn about. We help all of the participants learn about in the 12-week program. What are these factors? So some of them include mindset. Are we happy? Do we have a positive mindset? If we don't, whatever we eat is not going to be digested very well. It is not going to give us the kind of nourishment that our body needs. What kind of conditioning do we have? So by conditioning, I mean that how did we grow up? Was it a very healthy, family life? What kind of conditioning? Did we learn some very negative patterns in our life that we would rather get rid of? So this is the conditioning that prevents us from reaching our health goals if we have some negative conditioning. There's excessive hygiene that might prevent us from reaching health goals. There's an excess amount of stress, exercise that is not correct for us, for our age, metabolism, or our body type, the environment that we live in, our genetics, and nutrition. And then there's a big one, which is the microbiome. Do we have enough germs in our body to actually give us the right kind of nutrition, to actually help us improve our health? So these are some of the factors that influence our health a lot. So here we are trying to focus on all of these things in a way where we start the program with all of these things, so that by the end of 12 weeks, we have habits that are formed already. 90 days are more than enough for forming all of these habits. So this is why we have chosen these 4 pillars for the program. Once we focus on these 4 pillars, we see amazing results, because when we include good personalized nutrition, good personalized exercise that is regular, a change in mindset so that we have all of these as habit forming, as sustainable habits, and then we improve the diversity of the microbiome. Guess what we have? We are moving very fast towards our health goals when we do that. So in this program, what we expect from the participants is to have very specific goals. Like some people want to lose weight. Some people want to improve muscle. So as we age, we lose a lot of muscle. So one of the things that I wanted to do, I participated in my own program, was to improve my muscle content. I wanted to gain muscle. So that was my specific goal. This is an example. Some people have a goal of trying to reverse their diabetes, trying to reduce their fasting blood sugar. So those were some examples of specific goals that we had in our program. And 100% commitment of whatever we give, complete involvement, because the things that we ask people to do are very, very easy to do. They're simple. Accountability, timely feedback, and a program logbook where people actually write about what they are doing. And what the participants should expect from this is a personalized diet at the beginning of the program, exercise that suits them, a change in mindset that will help them believe more in themselves and help them achieve the goals in a much, much faster way and a much more effective way, and a reset in the microbiome. So what typically happens is we send very short videos every day that lead to the topic of the week. We have a YouTube channel where we keep posting new videos regularly. And when we use these videos, when we watch these videos, they give us an idea about what we are going to learn about in the upcoming week in the live sessions. There's exercise and meditation sessions which really help improve flexibility, improve stamina, and reduce aches and pains that a lot of people have. The meditation really helps people sleep better and it calms everyone down. The WhatsApp community is for accountability, is for keeping each other accountable, is to post pictures of what we are eating and the activities that we are doing throughout the day. And weekly live sessions, follow up, and feedback. This is what typically happens. So in this program, what we need is no excuses from anyone, that whatever we tell is constantly followed. There is constant support. If there are any issues or any reasons why people cannot follow their diet or exercise, we always have solutions for everything. And there's two-way communication that is needed. So let us move to some examples of what we are doing. When we go through this program, we give some facts that most people are aware of but have forgotten. So this is something I'm giving full credit for this slide to Dr. Rao. Recently, I actually, last year, I read the book that he has written, Scientists Greater Than Einstein. And what happened after that was quite surprising. So when I was reading this book written by Dr. Rao, in one chapter, he has written about the discovery of vitamin A. So as I was reading that chapter, I realized something about vitamin A. So if I ask you, what do you prefer? On the left here, there is gajar halwa, carrot halwa. And on the right, there's a raw carrot salad. So how do you eat your carrots? I want to, get some insights about what all of you prefer? So anybody?
I love to have carrot halwa.
Wonderful. So what about the others?
Carrot juice. I think salad is much better, I feel. Salad.
Okay,
We like
anybody else?
halwa, and even raw sometimes we eat, with the dip, that.
Oh, carrots.
Yeah.
Yes. So interesting, right? Some of us love gajar halwa, and some people eat, especially young kids. Parents tend to give their children raw carrots that are sliced, or
Yes.
carrot sticks, baby carrots. That's very common to give to our children. And what we think is that they should get vitamin A, because vitamin A is great for eyesight. It is something that we all need, and carrots are a great source of vitamin A. So many of us parents tend to give raw carrots to our children. We also eat that thinking that, oh, we are being very health conscious. We try to avoid eating gajar halwa, thinking that, oh, it has sugar, it has fat, it has milk. So let us avoid that. And let's just eat salads because, it's easy to eat and it's very healthy. But is that the right thing to do? So after reading this chapter by Dr. Rao, I actually realized something that I had forgotten, that vitamin A is fat soluble. Vitamin A is not water soluble. So after I read that chapter, I just thought that how could I forget that vitamin A was fat soluble? So if I actually eat carrots as a salad without any oil, without any fat, am I going to absorb the vitamin A in it? Am I giving any fat along with the carrot for vitamin A absorption? So when we cook carrot halwa in ghee, the vitamin A is actually extracted in ghee. That is a wonderful way of getting vitamin A. So
Yeah,
when
but
I read that,
one can have it, saute it in the oil and have
yes,
it. That is how we eat also.
yes, so that is a very wonderful way, that cooking and cooking in oil or cooking in ghee is one way of extracting vitamin A. But without thinking about that, we all learn this in school, but do we do that in our kitchen? So traditionally, we eat this raw grated carrot salad, or it's called kachumbar. But what we do is put a tadka on it. So why do we do that? It is to help absorb or extract vitamin A in it. There is a fat that is required. When we eat salads, there's a salad dressing on it. But we tend to give our children baby carrots or carrots without any kind of fat. So are they getting vitamin A from their carrots? Yeah, that's a question that we need to ask. So carrot halwa is not really unhealthy if we can avoid the sugar in it, if we can use natural sweeteners, dates, honey, or things like that. So this is what I learned from, I work in this field of nutrition, but when I'm in the kitchen, do I always think about nutrition? Do I always remember the facts that I need to in order to get the most out of the food that I'm eating? So I'm eating carrots, but am I getting vitamin A? This is one example of the things that we try to focus on in the program, that yes, you can enjoy your carrot halwa, and you can get a lot more vitamin A if you use any kind of fat. So sauteing carrots, as some of you said, is a great way. Using tadka is another wonderful way. So now let us take another example, that many people are anemic, and it is very common for everyone to take iron supplements or to eat spinach or things that are rich in iron, but the anemia just doesn't go away. It is very common. So why does it not go away? So I have seen that, we think that, oh, let us make palak paneer because spinach is very rich in iron. So why not make palak paneer? Because, paneer is very good as well. It provides calcium. But combining iron and calcium is actually not a good idea, because it inhibits or it prevents absorption of both. So if we eat things like that together, it is not going to help us improve our anemia at all. So while we think we are getting iron and calcium, we are actually not getting any of it. So do we know this? We always saying that, oh, palak paneer is very healthy, let us give that to our children, especially because they are getting so much calcium, so much iron. But the right way of eating something that has iron is not with calcium, but with vitamin C. So when we make something with spinach, it's a great idea to use lemon juice on it. That is one way of helping absorption of iron, because absorption of iron requires vitamin C. And we learn this in school, but we don't remember any of this in the kitchen. So this is another example of why the anemia won't go away in spite of us taking supplements of iron, taking, eating foods that are rich in iron. Calcium, that is another great example that we tend to combine calcium with iron sources, or we take a lot of calcium supplement because many people are deficient in calcium. Especially as we age, we tend to lose a lot of calcium. But calcium is not absorbed without sufficient vitamin D. And majority of us are deficient in vitamin D because we are spending a lot of time indoors. And as we age, because of our hormones, because of a lot lesser estrogen is also required after menopausal age, especially for the absorption of calcium. So we know that bones are very porous as we age. And how do we resolve that? We keep taking calcium supplements, we keep taking vitamin D, but do we have the estrogen for absorbing calcium? So these are some of the combinations that we don't think of. That when we have osteoporosis, are we taking any sources of phytoestrogens? Are we taking anything that is going to help us absorb the calcium that we want? Then the mystery of supplements. That when we are deficient in anything, instead of food, a lot of people just take supplements. But supplements are just individual elements. Like, for example, if we are taking calcium, we are only taking calcium, not vitamin D along with it. If we are taking iron, only a few doctors actually prescribe vitamin C along with it. But there's a big mystery even with the supplements. While we might take those supplements, do we have what it needs, what it takes to absorb these supplements? There is something that we need in our gut to absorb these. And what is that? Those are the germs in our gut. Do we have the right kind of germs that are going to help us absorb the supplements that we are taking, or absorb it from the food that we are eating, absorb the calcium from the food that we are eating? Then there is the mystery of exercise. So when we exercise, a lot of people I know say that, oh, I'm walking 10,000 steps every day, or I'm doing yoga every day, some kind of aerobics every day, Pilates every day. But do we think of what kind of benefits we are getting out of those? People who want to lose weight actually fail to lose weight by doing the wrong kind of exercise, or doing it at the wrong time, or eating the wrong things before and after that. There are some things that are pre-workout drinks or pre-workout foods that are best eaten before exercise. There are some things that should be eaten after exercise. So what are these things? If we do not know about those, it is very difficult to get the most out of exercise. One example that I want to give you is that drinking beetroot and carrot juice before exercise gives us best benefits of that particular exercise, because beetroot juice actually helps us improve the blood flow because of the nitrates present in beetroots. They actually improve blood flow. They improve the amount of oxygen that our muscles are getting. And they also provide the energy or the carbohydrates that are required for that exercise. And we also get vitamin A and vitamin C from the beetroot carrot juice. We get all of the antioxidants to provide inflammation, to avoid inflammation, I'm sorry. So when we do that, if we know what we should eat or drink before exercise, we are going to get a lot more benefits from the same exercise. The other thing we should know is what we should eat after the exercise, like a good amount of or a good source of protein. So whenever we talked about anybody's diet, the most common thing that we observed in everybody's diet was a lack of protein. So if we think of what our body is made of, we have so much of skeletal muscle. We need a lot of muscle to perform all of the movements that we do. Even our heart has muscles. We need muscles to pump blood throughout our body. Without muscles, we cannot perform any of the activities. And what do muscles need? Muscles need protein. So we need 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per kilogram of our body weight. Are we getting anything close to that? If we take a good look at our diets, they are extremely poor in protein. So we had to really balance people's plate. So when we look at everybody's diet in these batches, we saw that, most people are eating a very healthy diet, but it's just not balanced. The amount of protein that they're eating is very less. The amount of colorful fruits and vegetables, the diversity of fruits and vegetables are very low. So whatever we think is healthy, in the wrong combinations, in the wrong proportions, in the wrong amounts, and the wrong timing, can be extremely unhealthy. The same healthy food can be extremely unhealthy. And what happens is it can lead to a lot of diseases. Then there's a mystery of mindset, that we carry a lot of mental baggage. We carry a lot of negative emotions. And most people tend to be on their phones or their digital devices instead of socializing with their own family. Within a family, we see that most people are on their own phones or iPads. Even the children have their own digital devices. So everybody within a family is also very, very isolated. And when we are so isolated, there are many negative things that are playing in our mind. And that prevent us from really being the healthy person that we want to be. Because without a healthy mind, there cannot be a healthy body. And it also prevents us from forming all of the healthy habits that we want to form. So this is something that we try to resolve in this program. What are the mindset issues that we have? How can we resolve them? What kind of things that we have that are holding us back? So people have an emotional attachment to food. That, oh, I'm feeling, lonely today. Let me eat a bag of chips. Let me eat a cake, or let me eat something sweet. And then that unhealthy habit keeps on going all the time. We cannot get rid of it. So we try to break all of that by developing a very healthy mindset. Then there's a mystery of us, who we are. So in this, we focus on who we really are. So in the previous presentation that I gave, which was almost 2 years ago, it was about who we are as humans. And this plays a huge role in our program, what we do throughout the program. So who are we? We always think of ourselves as the most superior species on this planet. We are always thinking of our visible organs. I'm not even talking about the mind, the environment. If we think of the ancient traditional practices or medicine, they focused on the complete human being with the mind, with the environment, and all of the treatment for any of the diseases was also focused on a holistic view of who we are. But instead of that, we have broken down everything into smaller fragments, like the lungs, heart, liver, kidney. When somebody has a heart disease, we go to a doctor. The doctor is focusing or giving medications only for the heart usually, without actually focusing much on the entire thing. Why is it happening? Are we trying to actually reduce it, to prevent it? Or are we taking something for maintenance? For diabetes, for example, we just take things, metformin or insulin, to maintain the health condition. We do nothing to reverse it, to try and reverse it. How can we do that? If we know who we are, if we have the overall view of who we are as human beings, we can take a totally different approach. So who are we? We are a combination of our visible organs and all of these trillions of germs that live on and inside our body that make us truly human. We have already seen that just like our visible organs, these invisible microbes have a lot of functions in our body. They are our invisible organ. And why should we care about them? We should care about them because they do so many things for us. They help us do a lot of things, just like any other organ. In fact, they do many more functions than all of our organs combined. That's why we should know about them. So when I say complete human, our organs are constant. We cannot do anything to change them if they are not functioning right. But what is interesting about the microbiome is, about the germs in our body, which is the microbiome, is that they are variable. They come and go. We can change them. We have control over what germs or how many or what types come in our body. So this is a variable component, and we should know about it in order to control our health. So if we go back and think about what these germs do in our lives, one good example is the germs in our gut. So when I say trillions of germs, it's almost an equal number of germs that we have, if not more. We may have even 10 times more germs in our body as there are cells in our body. And what do they do? So in the gut, we have about 1.5 kilograms of germs, including bacteria. And they have very, very serious implications on our mental health, in the absorption of whatever we eat, the minerals that I just mentioned. We are taking calcium supplements, but are we absorbing any of that? We are taking iron. Are we absorbing any of that? Do we have the germs to help us absorb? They are helping us make a lot of vitamins, like many of the B vitamins are made by the germs in our gut. They help us digest a lot of food, including the fiber that we eat. They help us build muscles. They help us improve our immunity, keep our bones strong. They improve heart health and the health of all of our organs, in fact. They also help us in insulin secretion. These are just a very few functions of what they do. They do a lot more than these functions. So they are extremely important. But if we take a good look at our lifestyle, we are doing everything to kill germs in our lives. We use hand soaps that are antibacterial. We use hand sanitizers. We use floor cleaners that have antibacterial substances in it. And we think that germs are harmful, but are they? They actually have very important functions in our body, but we do everything, including sterilizing the water, boiling the water, doing everything to kill germs. So where are these germs going to come from? If they don't come to us, if we do not have enough germs in our body, we will not have a healthy microbiome, which is actually our superhero. So a quick example I want to give here is that we need germs in our body. So one example here is that if we look at the germs in our gut, if we have very few germs or very few types of germs, it is like this is a city. So let's consider the city of New York here. Now in this city, there are a very few people, just like there are few germs. And these few people or students are saying that, oh, I'll either be a doctor or an engineer. So what do you think will happen to the city? Will it run smoothly if there aren't enough people to do all of the jobs that are required in this city? But another example here is that when we have many germs in our body or in our gut, many different types of germs in our body, it's like saying that now there are many people in the city of New York. And all of these are saying that, oh, I'll either be a lawyer or a teacher, a farmer, a doctor, a grocer, an engineer, a janitor. So now we have all of these jobs that are being performed in the city. So in our gut, we have all of these wonderful germs that we need to fulfill all of the functions. So what can we take away from this? A good microbiome diversity, having many different types of germs, having many germs is very, very important. What happens when we don't have it? Low microbiome diversity is very harmful. What can it cause? It causes something that is very scary called leaky gut. So this is just without going into the technical details. This is the lining of our gut, of the intestine. This is a healthy lining which has a lot of germs here. What happens when we don't have those germs? is that the gut starts leaking food particles, toxic products, and a lot of germs that can cause disease can go to the bloodstream. They can go to different organs. And guess what happens? It causes inflammation and it causes all kinds of diseases. So all of these that you see here are caused by the leaky gut, including allergies, chronic diseases, a lot of chronic recurrent infections, even mental health issues, because the gut is our second brain. It also can increase the susceptibility to cancers, lower our productivity, reduce academic performance. So the bottom line here is that we need more germs in our lives. And how can we do that? So in this program, we bring in every week a new topic where we introduce one activity or one good reason why we should include these like nature-related activities, like meditation. All of these are scientifically proven to improve the diversity of the microbiome, like including fermented foods in our diet, like including a very diverse rainbow diet where we are eating multicolored fruits and vegetables every day, like socializing, eating fiber-rich foods, deep breathing, hydrating, exercising. All of these are extremely microbiome friendly. So through this program, we try to introduce all of these. And with this, I would like to end the talk. And these are our social media handles. Please do follow because we have a lot of content that gives a lot of useful tips about what you can do to improve your life just by doing very, very simple things, by something like deep breathing. How can breathing help in improving the microbiome? How can meditation help in improving the microbiome? And all of this is shown in scientifically proven methods. So I would just like to stop here at the right time. And if anybody has any questions, I would definitely love to answer.
Yes, doctor. It's a very interesting and I really enjoyed. But how much dose of calcium I need to take every day? I'm 78 years old. So how much dose of calcium? Because last year I had a small stone in urethra. So doctor
Yes.
said this is because of calcium. And I'm
Yes.
taking calcium since last 30 years.
Yes.
So shall I continue or how much dose?
Okay, so this is a very specific question. So, for everybody, like if I am taking calcium and I have to keep taking calcium, is it being absorbed by my body? If it is not being absorbed, then it can form stones. If it is not being absorbed and if it is in an excessive form that is not taken into the bloodstream, it means that it is going somewhere else. It is doing something else that we don't want to happen. That's a health issue. So
Right.
why should we? So that is something we need to address. What are the underlying causes that is preventing calcium from being absorbed? Is it a lack of the germs in the gut? Is it a vitamin D deficiency? Is it estrogen? It could be because estrogen is so low that you would probably need phytoestrogens in order to absorb that calcium. So while you are taking calcium supplements for so many years, we do not know why it is not being absorbed. So those are the things where we try to address that. How can we absorb it in the best possible way to
But
prevent?
any test we have to do for that, or because
Yes, I
doctor
mean,
is just giving you take calcium, twice in a day. So
yes, exactly. This is exactly what we are trying to avoid in this program, that we cannot just say that take calcium, because calcium is not alone. Calcium has to be with vitamin D, and especially after menopause, especially after 50s, estrogen is also required. Without that, calcium is not absorbed, and then it forms kidney stones or things like that,
yeah.
because it's not absorbed. It is not going where it should go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thing is
Thank
that
you, doctor.
calcium tablets are coming with vitamin D nowadays, isn't it? Is it enough, or you need to take more vitamin D for the absorption of calcium?
Okay, so I don't know which particular supplement you're talking about. That's a great, observation. But I have not seen calcium and vitamin D combined. And vitamin D is actually fat soluble. So again, even that needs oil. So when vitamin D is taken with milk, not with water or with some oil, like vitamin D supplements are in olive oil or some other oil normally, then they are absorbed in the most effective way. Taking them with water does not help with the absorption. And I have not heard of any doctor tell me that you take vitamin D with something other than water. So these are the things that we really need to focus on. How do we maximize what we are
Yeah, they
getting
are
out
small
of
things,
the
but
food
they are,
or the supplements?
yeah,
Sorry?
they are small things, but it plays a big part in your life. For like taking vitamin D with milk or something makes a lot of difference.
Yes, but is this something that people know of? I
That's
have
what I'm
heard,
saying. These
I
are
have
small
taken,
things, but people don't know about it,
yes. So
and
this
they
is
don't
exactly what
follow
we are
it.
trying to bring in.
La, I didn't know myself all these days. And you said you have a program every week or something like it. I just overheard. Probably I misunderstood also. How do we join your program?
Yes, so there I can share the joining link with Dr. Rao, but this program is for 12 weeks, and we have
Yeah.
specific batches for senior citizens where we will tailor to the age requirement and things like that, because there are a lot of other things that are required for senior citizens. For after 50 especially, we tend to lose a lot of calcium. We tend to lose muscle much faster.
Yes.
So what are the things that we can do to slow down aging? What are the things to improve flexibility? So the kind of exercises that we include, the kind of nutrition that we have to support that exercise, because we can exercise all we want, but is the nutrition enough? Is the nutrition appropriate for that exercise? So it is that kind of combination that we try to provide with this program.
Yeah, you're taking
Thank you.
osteoporosis medicine and taking a calcium. Doctor can stop calcium because that is they taking our blood and checking.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right.
Yes, it can be checked. But even I was deficient in vitamin D, and when I started taking vitamin D with milk, my calcium levels also improved dramatically. I did not take any calcium, but the calcium absorbed from my food improved a lot when I took vitamin D in the right way.
Rashmi,
Yes,
Yes.
okay.
Neelamji, please unmute yourself.
Someone is talking?
Yeah, Neelamji.
Yeah.
Neelamji, please unmute
okay,
yourself. Yeah.
okay. Good morning. I have a question that is bothering me a lot, but each
Yes,
time
please.
I forget to ask after listening to your beautiful lectures. I get a lot of cramps in my legs and feet. I
Okay.
cannot get up in the morning without cramps, pain. So is there
Yes,
any
so
nutrition that I should
yes,
be
the
getting?
cramps are usually caused by a mineral deficiency. The most common one is magnesium. But even after taking supplements or eating magnesium rich food, as I said, we still need the microbiome. We still need the proper kind of other supporting things in order to absorb that kind of magnesium.
I'm taking triple magnesium tablets. I'll show you. I'm
Yes, but is
taking
it helping? The question that I want to ask is it helping? You're taking magnesium supplements, but are you absorbing it?
I
Only
don't
taking
know.
supplements is not the solution. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That if you
Okay.
continue to have cramps with it,
Yes.
that means that you are probably not absorbing what you are taking, because it needs to be in combination with other things. It has to be supported by food like that. It has to be supported by microbiome like that. So if it is not working, that means we need to change the other things, not magnesium.
So home remedies, like any particular food item that I should consume more, or I have not been consuming and I should.
So I don't know what your diet
Yeah, but I want to
looks
know
like,
any
but
one
having a
particular
very high
item.
diversity. No, it's not a problem with the magnesium. You are already taking supplements. The problem might be with the entire diet. Is it diverse enough? Are you eating the same types of foods, very limited types of foods, or is it very diverse? Is it very
Very
healthy? Are you
diverse.
eating all kinds of colors? Are you eating all kinds of colored fruits and vegetables? Are you
Yes.
eating 30 different types of plant foods every week? Are you
30.
exercising? Are you
I'm doing my 10,000 steps a day. and just making my
Yes.
body mobile,
Hmm.
and trying to eat my supplements and the food that as much as I can eat.
Okay. So if supplement absorption is an issue, the nutritionist actually adds some things in the diet to improve absorption of whatever you are eating. So one example that I want to give is that I am a very, very healthy eater. But when I approached this nutritionist to actually test, because before recommending nutritionists to other people, we actually want to know if they are doing a good job. So I showed her my diet and I told her that this is my diet, what do you think? So the question that she asked me, how do you eat? So I said, how do you eat, as in what do you mean? So she asked me, how much time do you take to finish a meal? So I said, 5 to 10 minutes. And she said, you are not chewing your food properly. You are an extremely healthy eater, but you are not getting nutrition from the food by not allowing digestion to happen. Digestion starts in the mouth. So while working in the field of nutrition, we still tend to forget all of these things, that if I'm not allowing digestion to happen, it doesn't matter how healthy I eat. I'm not getting those nutrients at all.
Yeah.
So once I heard that, I was like, okay, let me start eating much more slowly. Then she added things to my diet like buttermilk after lunch, like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and walnuts to, improve the zinc and selenium that I was probably deficient in. And, with salad, she asked me to add black pepper, lemon juice, so that it increases the absorption of vitamins and minerals from the food that I'm eating. So, the nutritionists really look very carefully at what we are eating. Are we getting things out of it? So this is just a few
Okay,
examples. These are few
let me
examples
ask.
from my own life.
Okay, let me ask this way: what are some
Sorry, you are on mute, Neelamji.
magnesium-rich food?
What is
Magnesium
happening?
rich. So, what, I can look for magnesium rich foods and I can tell you, but it's not going to really help if you're not able to absorb it even from the supplements that you are taking.
Okay, but I still want to know, for my knowledge, for my information, some magnesium-rich foods.
Yeah, so we have a lot of magnesium rich foods like
For
the mung
example,
beans, like soya beans,
soybeans and
chocolate, this even cocoa powder, buckwheat. There's what is that? Sunflower seeds, flax seeds. So flax seeds are very good, not just for fiber and omega-3, but they are rich in magnesium
I
as
could
well.
not hear. Somebody is calling me. I don't know how to stop it.
I can write in the chat box what the sources are, but absorption would be definitely.
Yes, Bante.
Yeah, doctor, if you have a poor digestion, like you have issues with yours, that's a gut problem too, right?
Yes,
Because it's like doctor says
did
you have
not let me hear
IBS
the
or
answer.
IBD. So what do we do about that rather than taking antacid and all those,
yes.
Uh,
So here we are including, one very surprising thing here is that, the mental health things that I was talking about, the deep healing sessions that we have every week reduce our stress levels so much that they improve gut health immensely. We never correlate that, writing a gratitude journal, I'm thankful for these 5 things every day, writing even that can improve gut health. Do we correlate those things? Meditating every day can improve gut health, including 30 different types of plant-based foods that are different colors, like all of the different colors that we have, rainbow diet, including them, having a healthy fibers, eating healthy fats. All of these can improve the microbiome. All of these can improve gut health. Socializing in person, going outdoors, doing activities like gardening can help improve gut health. So each of these sessions are focused on the exact same thing. How do we improve our gut health so that we can digest our food in a much, much better way?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
it's basically it's connected to the mind too. That's what we
Yes,
are trying.
without amazing mental health, without having a calm and peaceful mindset, it is next to impossible to achieve health goals. That is why we start the program with mental health. Because, we don't see that, especially during COVID, we saw people getting more and more and more lonely. Now we started socializing. But if you look at any family gathering, you will still see that, family and friends who are meeting together. People are still scrolling on their phones, even when they are with other people. We are still looking at our social media. We are still looking at who is
Yeah.
posting what. Are we actually talking to other people? So what is wrong with us? There is some mental health issue, right?
Mhm.
Even though we do not admit it.
Can I ask a
So I'm
question?
going to type the magnesium rich foods here. But while we do that, if there are any other questions. So we do not focus on mental health. If we think of the children, even they have been impacted greatly. They're always on their digital devices. They have grown up like that. They don't know how to socialize at all. They don't know that their friends are not followers. Their friends should be in real life.
Yes.
How can we
Can I?
improve
Can
sorry, Madhuji, carry on, please.
Sorry, who's that? I don't know. I've been waiting actually to ask something.
Please.
I don't take any supplements. I'm nearly 85 years old.
Yes,
But
yes.
I went to my doctor yesterday, and I don't take calcium also, because once the calcium became more than it should be. So she stopped it and she said, "What do you eat?" I said, "I eat some yogurt, like a half a bowl and a small cup of milk at night." So she said, "That's, I think, enough." So I don't take any supplements so far. Maybe sometime B12 and all that. But what that mental thing you said was really, she said, you believe in the natural thing you are eating. And I think maybe
Yes,
you think that's correct,
people,
or I should be
yes,
taking.
absolutely.
Okay, can I ask you a
Absolutely.
question, please? How do we
Yes.
increase the that you said the friendly bacteria in our body? How do you add that?
Yes, so there are many things that we need to do to improve the diversity of the gut bacteria. So the first thing we ask people is that, just tell us what you are eating, when you are eating, what time you are eating. What do you use an antibacterial soap for washing your hands, for body wash? Is it antibacterial? What is the thing that you use in your bathroom? Are
So
you
we should
using
stop using
antibacterial floor?
antibacterial. We should stop
Sorry?
using antibacterial soaps.
Yes, because
Sorry.
we work in a hospital, why do we need to kill germs? If we need, because what are the sources of germs? They come from our environment, they come from our food, they come from our soil, they come from animals. If we have pets, pets are amazing sources of germs. If people have dogs, they get a very good source of germs from outside.
It's good.
Yes, it's very good. Having a dog, especially, pregnant women, if they have a dog in their house, their children who are born will suffer much lesser risks of allergies if they have a pet dog. It has been shown scientifically that, it really improves or reduces the risk of allergies for children, especially.
Okay.
So we include all of these things every week so that people have habits formed that they will stop using antibacterials as much as possible. They will start using natural products because we want to remain healthy. We don't want to invite diseases by killing all the germs. Contrary to what we think, germs, yes, some germs cause disease, but a vast majority of them actually help us prevent all of diseases, all of the allergies that we know of, infections. They help us train our immune system all the time. If we think of what happened during COVID, we were basically killing all kinds of germs, even more than what we did before. And people started falling sick of, really very simple things because our immunity was not trained at all. We did not get the update that we should get regularly.
Yeah, but
Our immunity needs to be updated constantly.
yeah, but what happens is that the vegetables and all the food and all what we get and we start cooking. Before that, we would like to wash it with like what is maybe soda or something we wash because of the pesticide. We are washing more because of the pesticide, not because of the friendly germs. So what do I do about the pesticides that which are included? And we're trying to avoid those things. That's
Yes,
why
I agree. That's a major concern. And if you have the choice of, getting produce from a farmer's market or a place in India, and especially in Qatar, I don't have that option. Organic food here is extremely expensive. But if we have the choice of doing that, we should buy things that do not have pesticides and whatever, so that at least we get germs in it. But if we cannot, if we still have to wash with soda and all of that, what are the other things that we can do? Can we do more gardening? Can we have a pet? Can we stop using antibacterial soaps at least? What are the other things that we can do?
this is extremely helpful. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
How about frozen vegetables? Are they okay?
I think personally frozen vegetables are great, because frozen vegetables and fruits are the ones that are picked when they are ripe. They are frozen when they are ripe. They do not have any ripening agents on them. If we buy fresh produce, especially when I buy fresh produce here, sometimes, I buy a papaya or an apple, it goes from raw to spoiled. It doesn't ripen at all.
Yes.
So if we
So-
have ripening agents on it, I would rather eat something that's frozen, because I know there's nothing ripening added to it. So it's a lot healthier than eating something that has, many more chemicals.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh, that's great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And spinach with potatoes, is it has a good combination concerning the vitamins? Like
Yes,
you
it's
said,
a lot better actually than palak paneer. It's a lot healthier, where you are inhibiting the absorption of both calcium and iron if we combine
so it's okay, right?
spinach and
We-
this. For
we-
potatoes, okay, it is okay.
We use spinach with some lentils and lot of vegetables. That's called
Yes, that is great. And
that
if we
is-
have
that's
use
like a lot
lemon
of,
juice on it, it improves the absorption of
yeah,
iron.
because in our culture we eat sai bhaji, so that has all
Yes.
different vegetables, spinach and lentils, some lentils also.
So surprisingly, potatoes are not that healthy because of the starch content. It increases blood sugar. But interestingly, if we refrigerate potatoes, that sugar in it, the starch in it becomes resistant. We cannot digest that starch ourselves. Our gut bacteria have to digest it. So that is one way of improving the diversity of the gut bacteria, that we are making them digest that fiber. So by refrigerating potatoes, it actually improves the value that we get out of it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
You mean refrigerating after cooking?
Anytime, it doesn't matter when you refrigerate. I recently saw that you can, I can share a link of, Luke Coutinho's video about it, or there are many new, studies that are showing that anything that has starch, even rice. Now, rice is very starch heavy. It increases blood sugar levels for many people. But if it is refrigerated and then consumed after heating, it becomes resistant starch. So we're not able to digest it very efficiently. So it needs digestion by the gut bacteria. So this is how we are improving the diversity of the gut bacteria by consuming food. So even if we want to eat starch, the way we eat it should be such that it actually maximizes what we are getting out of it.
Okay.
So you put in the refrigerator and then heat it. That's what we are getting, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Rashmi, like it was wonderful session. I know like people were enjoying it, and they came to know so many facts. Like, it looks very simple, but very, impressive facts. Thank you so much for coming in. I know like we will be calling you again and again, because it's you give so much of knowledge to our seniors. Thank you so much. We appreciate your presentation.
Thank you
So
so
you are-
much for inviting. This is the
So Dr. Rashmi, you are in Qatar?
link actually that I have just shared the link for it. Yes. Yes, I am in Qatar.
Okay.
So I've shared a link for this program. It's microbiomesuperhero.com/Shatayushi. I also share it with Dr. Rao if anybody
Yes, I
wants
also
that.
posted it on the same group
Yes.
here.
Yes, so we have different batches for senior citizens. It will be a separate batch. For other people who are not a part of this, any other age group can be in a separate batch. But it will be according to different time zones for India, for the US, for Middle East, UK. So
Yeah.
I hope that
By
helps. Thank
visiting
you so
the
much.
website, you can contact Dr. Rashmi Kulkarni and then take it up from there.
Yes, thank you so much. So
Okay.
we are
Thank
starting.
you. Thank
Bye.
you, Dr. Rashmi. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi.
Thank you.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. We'll see whoever is in that session. We'll see at 1:30. Other
Thank you.
people we'll see tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Bye,
Thank-
everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.